Hello, everyone. Welcome to my simulation reflection presentation for my Marketing 241 class. First round that we had out of the 7 was finding research that would help us pick a bag and how to market it. And that information was useful well into other rounds. For round 2, we had to pick the bag as well as what pricing we wanted it to be at to have a good margin, and that was a little bit tricky. Round 3, we had promotions, which was pretty easy to figure out based on the previous research, and we got into ad spending. This was a little bit more tricky than I had anticipated, and it took me a long time to finally figure out how my advertisement would be. Round 4, again, I still had issues with advertisement, and now we had distribution, which wasn't perfect the first couple of rounds, and we can see that again in round 5. And in round 6, I finally got the distribution down perfect, but I still had trouble in round 7, but all of that was cleared up by round 7. The bag I chose was decent, however, it was not the optimal bag for our target market. It was a brown 14 by 16 inch faux leather tote bag that costed $36 per unit. For the price, I started out at $199, but that was too high, so I moved to $100 to see where the range was for the market before settling on a price of $150 by round 4. For promotions, based on the research, it was very easy to see where customers wanted our promotions to be. I started out with free shipping. However, by round 4, I had switched that to $15 off of the current order based off of the research. Distribution was very tricky for me. I kept going back and forth on different distributors before in round 6 settling on the Fashion House, Ginny and June, and City Bags distributors. There was a lot that went really well in this simulation, as well as quite a few things that weren't the best. I could have asked better survey questions, and again, my bag wasn't optimal. However, that was very easy to counteract because I still had good survey questions, and the secondary research was extremely helpful. And the bag was still a good bag overall. For most of the rounds, I had a pretty good start, and in round 4, I had a major boost in sales compared to the previous round, which really helped to boost my confidence, as well as how well the company was doing. By round 7, all areas were in great range, but again, the advertisement took me a very long time to finally figure out what the customers wanted to see. Some of the lessons that I found most meaningful to me were to remember to read all instructions and information given before moving on to really getting the project going. And I also learned that it's okay to make mistakes if you can learn from them and use your mistakes to improve later on. And if you don't get it the first time, that is okay, and you can totally go back and try again and do better next time. And failure isn't the end, and with enough hard work, you will succeed in whatever it is you're doing. Some of the lessons I learned that will help me improve my performance in my future life and in my careers is to focus on research data and raw customer feedback, because that is truly how you will know what your market wants and wishes are. It's also important to take time to reflect on what you've gathered and what you've learned before you act on whatever it is that you're doing, whether that's finding a distributor or ad spending. And it's always important to go back and check on what you have previously done and how to go from there. And something else that I've learned is that distribution is more than just how much revenue you'll get from it. You really need to know what that distributor means to you. Over the course of this semester, my views on marketing has changed pretty greatly. At first, I thought marketing was just about creating ads and promoting your business, but it's a much more complex system of researching your target market and your industry and promoting a business into that market. I also thought that creating and selling a product is really simple. You just had to get the product and put it out there. But there's a lot more that goes into it. You need to find your customers, you need to know how you will promote it and sell it to other people and other distributors, and every single little detail you need to know. I also thought that the simulation would be easy and simple. However, it requires you to think much more in depth about what each part requires and what your target market is and how they will react to the changes and the decisions that you make. And it was also really rewarding to see all my hard work pay off in the end. That is my presentation. I hope you enjoyed and thank you so much for watching.